Hello, everybody. I just took a trip to Colorado and I got some CDs when I was there, and I'm going to show some of them in this video. Welcome to Tune Fever, baby. So let's start with the first of our CDs. This is one that came out 2019. Blood Incarnation. I'm sure you guys are able to read that. Blood Incarnation. And it's called Hidden History of the Human Race. And there's 4 tracks on it, but it's like kind of long and interesting. It's like a death metal album. Yeah, it's delicious. They're from Denver, so I guess it's appropriate. I bought this when I was there. Also, it's like I talked about this in my death metal video. It's a good one to spend some quality time with. Okay, up next is this Stanton Moore album called All Cooked Out. And I think it's one of his first albums, like of him, like under his name. Stanton Moore, he's a drummer that I've admired for a while, since like high school, maybe middle school, probably just high school. Sort of like New Orleans-y and jazz, and dude's basically an absolute groove unit. Also, Charlie Hunter plays on this album, and he's the best. And also this dude Skerrick, like Eric with a SK. Well, actually, he plays sax, but this booklet also credits him with, yes, this is him, Skerrick, and that's Charlie, and then that's Skerrick, and it credits him for saxophonics and kookification. And I've seen I've seen him in their band that all these guys are in, called Garage à Trois or some French word. Skerrick is in that band, and I understand how he's the kookification guy, because in that band he gets real kooky. It's good. So here is Fear Before the March of Flames, the Always Open Mouth. I talked about this in my metalcore video, the Raw one. And well, not this, I talked about another one of their albums. Anyway, this band is from Aurora, Colorado, so once again, it's appropriate that I bought this in Colorado. They're kind of like metalcore, experimental rock. I basically see them as just like a really artistic heavy metal band. It's quite heavy. It's a great album. My favorite one's my favorite one is called Art Damage. I talked about that one in the video I mentioned. This, Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full. Great kind of late 80s hip hop. It's good for the soul. First heard their music when I was playing like Skate 1. They had that song Know the Ledge. From the album Don't Sweat the Technique, I believe it's called. I have that one on the shelf. This is Underoath, called Lost in the Sound of Separation. In Underoath, the O's often stylized with the, sort of a legendary and important band in terms of kind of metalcore. Did a lot for defining that kind of sound. I don't love their entire discography. This is one of them that I do love. There's some others. This one, it's rather dark. Up there it says Metallica, so you should know what it is, but you can't really see the snake down here because this is a really old case. This is like the ones that came out in 91. It was really old, and I thought it was interesting. Yeah, I've never owned this, but I own it now, and that's good because it's another kind of important album to own, and it's good. But I know the snake is there because I took out the booklet, and the snake is there, but you can't see it through this because it's such an old, kind of dirty case. A little messed up, but adds character. Next up is Freddie Hubbard, Red Clay. I went to Garden of the Gods when I was in Colorado. And it makes sense that I bought this there because red clay. But actually, I think that's probably sandstone. I don't know how geology works, but this is red clay, not sandstone. If it was called sandstone, it would say that somewhere there would be some kind of indication. But I had a high school band teacher who was excellent, wonderful guy, Mr. Klepfer. He said he liked this. I like it too. That was a long time ago he said that. Advent. What's it called? Remove the Earth. Yeah, another band I would call metalcore. Some people would call this a hardcore band. They're from North Carolina. Uh, anyway, I find this album really great, particularly the last song on here called I Am. It's like a 10-minute sort of masterpiece. I find it incredible. And they are a Christian band. And this last one here for this video, this will be part 1 of my Colorado stuff. I'll have a part 2 coming. This is Switchfoot, Nothing Is Sound. They are devout believers in the Flying Spaghetti Monster, obviously. So they worship his noodliness and end all their prayers with ramen. But also look at the weird shape of this thing. You see how it's like curved? It's this interesting package, like where one side of it's a CD and then you flip it over and the other side of it's a DVD. And but yeah, anyway, because of the weird shape of this package, it's going to be maybe a little annoying to store. I remember I saw Switchfoot live a long time ago when I was probably middle school, I think. And they played Stars, and we were outside and it was at night. And when they played Stars, they turned off all the lights and you could just see the stars, and it was really nice. And then the song kicks back in and then all the lights went ridiculous. It's one of my fonder memories of going to a live show. And I guess it was early on, so it was special to me at the time, but I definitely have very fond memories of seeing Switchfoot live those years ago. So that was part 1 of the CDs I got in Colorado. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that you listen to this music. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Go ahead.